Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, with Scump hinting that his new roster is going to be pretty excited indeed about this Modern Warfare engine we might get for 2 years back to back. We've also got ILLeY's Barber seemingly leaking this OpTic Dallas announcement, which is just around the corner. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do to help this channel reach more people, and please consider subscribing if you have not already. Bottom right hand corner, you guys know the drill, let's dive right in. This contract gift was everywhere on the timeline yesterday. Honestly, there was so many tweets about this going around. Arcitys, it's official, he reckons, maybe re-signing a deal with FaZe. I think because the 1+1 contracts were up on Atlanta FaZe, because it was like, you know, the year 1 then year 2. So I guess they were re-signing some sort of deals. Pretty sure all the players on FaZe had to re-sign something or another, but of course they're not going to go anywhere. So maybe that's what's going on with Arcitys. Of course, this came out yesterday, and at a very similar time where Priestahh also signed his own deal, or well, supposedly signed a deal with this bloody contract gift that you see absolutely everywhere. There's some Doug said tomatoes as well. It is officially reckons. I think this is maybe not COD related, because I think he went on to say something like that, but you know, like TacticalRab Academy were kind of hinting, could it be like well, could it be the OpTic Dallas reuniting of these two? Of course, I guess they do need a substitute after all, but still, I believe this is not COD related, because I'm pretty sure he signed to Pioneers or whatever, and has got a team ready to go over there for the Challenger side for the upcoming season, but still, we'll keep an eye on it. This also from Zuma, apparently that's official as well, whatever organisation he's signing to. Of course, I'm rumoured right now, FaZe 100 Thieves, I think the most likely. The other one that some people were talking about was LAG. Could he potentially be offered an absolute bang to join Los Angeles Guerrillas as a content creator? That is you know, officially dead in the water now, because Asim says, you know, duo lights out and all this type of stuff. So I'm sure Asim wouldn't be saying this if, of course, it was the case he was joining LAG. So I think we can safely rule that one out, and we can rule out OpTic. So we're certainly narrowing down the options for where Zuma is going to land for next year. This is also from Paddy P, because he tweeted out and says, you know, oops, didn't realise people were announcing they've signed to Thieves. Just docu-signed my new car in Jordan, man. I'm happy on the savings. So yeah, okay, so Egg's getting ready to go. There's a few other runs to these I also wanted to look at here in a few minutes time. But firstly, this from the Dallas Empire. Today we bid farewell to a reliable and dedicated player, that being FeLo. Thank you for stepping up and filling big shoes when needed, as well as providing tactical insight to the team throughout the year. We also saw that clip maybe I shared a week or so ago from ILLeY saying that FeLo was actually a pretty big piece of their search and destroy strats during the Modern Warfare season, when they were kind of consulting for his expertise in that area. Wish you all the best in your future endeavors. So of course, you can look at this from two angles. Does this mean that Dallas Empire are about to announce the merger? But also, does it mean that FeLo is going to be announced to another team? We believe that Paris are looking to get FeLo's services probably as the main AR over there, alongside Temp, Decimate, and John. That at least is the going rumor right now. So maybe the Paris roster announcement will come sooner than we think. That's kind of been the discussion of the last couple of days. Which announcement is coming first? Is it going to be OpTic Dallas? Are Paris going to come in? What about the Washington spot? Are they going to announce like their entry before they actually announce their team? You got the Zuma question mark. So a few things going on right now, most certainly, but FeLo not going to be on the Dallas Empire any longer. He's going to go elsewhere. It certainly does seem definitely a solid player. I think he can still be a great piece of a team. We'll have to see if well, this Paris roster does come to fruition. This then from OpTic Chicago. So a few things being discussed right here. Firstly, this clip that comes out earlier, well, Hit just kind of discussing the Modern Warfare throwback tournament that was played very recently, where, you know, Scump and Co played, and it was a pretty good time. It was 4 versus 4. It was a hardpoint and search and destroy only. No domination, thankfully. And well, anyway, he was kind of asking their opinions, Dashy and Scumps, on, well, how was hardpoint playing in a 4 versus 4 situation. They were pretty happy with it. They thought that actually hardpoint 4v4 was pretty damn good, all things considered. And you know, obviously Modern Warfare, we imagine, is going to play relatively similar here to Call of Duty Vanguard, which is just about to come out in, well, 9 days, 8 days or so as of today. Which of course is pretty exciting if, as Scump says, like if squad spawns aren't really a thing to quite the same degree, then in 4v4 hardpoint actually plays really well in that type of game, as if the maps are relatively similar. Obviously, like, we could be in for a good year. I think Scump's certainly confident that will be the case. But right at the start, there's something very interesting that Hitch goes on to say, where he basically says, look, the Modern Warfare engine is kind of crazy. We're going to get it for 2 years in a row, because we have the Modern Warfare engine during Modern Warfare 2019, then we went to the Cold War engine for Black Ops Cold War, now we're going to go back to it for Vanguard, and then of course we're going to be in it again for Modern Warfare 2022 or whatever, yeah, Modern Warfare 2 in 2022 or whatever, which we imagine is going to be the game after this one for Vanguard. Of course, that's what they've decided to do nowadays. Activision is kind of keep the engine the same so that it can port across Warzone and all this type of stuff, and makes more sense. It's also better for the pros because they can happily play Warzone and use that engine and the way the game feels, because it's the same as what they're playing in the regular multiplayer on whatever the going title happens to be. So makes sense certainly, but what Scump says in reply is kind of telling, where he says, look, Modern Warfare engine 2 years in a row, of course, firstly indicating Scump's willing to play for more than just this year, which also is obviously a positive sign, but also saying that, like, look, yeah, we're down for this Modern Warfare engine to come into fruition as much as possible, but probably because our team is very good on Modern Warfare indeed. What could that potentially be?
Crazy that we're going to have 2 years on that engine. Like, instead of having a break with Cold War, like how we did last time, where it was like MW, then Cold War, then back to the MW engine, we got 2 years on the MW engine.
Because, like back to back coming up?
Yeah.
That's what.
I mean, fine with that.
Yeah.
You run it back.
Just because apparently actually the next COD's MW2 again.
Sure, right.
Throw a terminal on there too.
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2 is what it's called.
Love it.
Damn.
Look,
how did Hardpoint play 4v4?
It was kind of good. I liked it.
It was good. The spawns were different. Like there were a couple times we got like smoked by spawns. Like we thought we could push up, and they just spawned behind us, and we were like, "That's never happened."
So squad spawns on 4v4 is like
they were different.
Different.
I mean, yeah, there's just less people influencing spawns.
Yeah, it looked way more fun to watch.
Yeah, no, it
but
played way better.
I couldn't tell if it played better.
It played way better.
That's gonna be fun then. Vanguard?
So I hope next year, Vanguard, I mean, obviously I hope that the movement's already good. It feels clean, but I hope that squad spawns like aren't a thing. Because if squad spawns aren't a thing, from the beta that we played, it already looks promising. Because that was only, 4 maps of the 16 that are releasing?
Yeah, and then 2 of them were pretty good.
And 2 of them were already like...
Yeah, solid.
Pretty solid.
Yeah.
So
the other 2 were pretty horrendous.
There's no way 12 go dud, you know? Like,
I'm not gonna let them off the hook, bro. What was that one snow map we played? I couldn't see.
Of course, as we know, the rumoured team of Scump, Dashie, ILLeY and Shotzzy then from the Dallas Empire side. Of course, ILLeY and Shotzzy, world champions on Modern Warfare 2019. I'm sure they were, relatively happy indeed about going back to a Modern Warfare engine. That is one of the big discussion points. We always kind of talk about when Call of Duty games go back to kind of how old titles were. Are they going to play similar to that title? Are they not going to play similar? Do you build your team around a team that could be good for that kind of engine, that kind of movement? Because some people were suggesting when it went back to Black Ops Cold War, okay, it's 4 versus 4, it's boots on the grounds again. That's going to be perfect for a team like, what became the Los Angeles Guerrillas, the former Evil Geniuses squad that won the World Championship back in World War II. Maybe Washington Demon Cats or whatever they're going to be called are thinking a similar thing, where, okay, Methods and TJ were really good back in World War II. Maybe they'll be good at this game as well in a similar setting, but maybe the way to look at it is how does the engine play? Like, how does the movement mechanics work and this type of stuff? And then looking at guys like Shotzzy and ILLeY, I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, they were pretty damn good in Cold War as well. Very, very good indeed in Modern Warfare. Like, maybe they'll be, fantastic and equally as good in this upcoming title in Vanguard as they were a couple of years ago. And that's probably why Scump is kind of happy about the team that he's got formed here, if the Modern Warfare engine is certainly here to stay. Another thing that indicates the move in this direction is this from ILLeY's Barber, which I thought was just hilarious to be honest. I'm pretty sure this got deleted and then reposted with without some of these, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, but cleaned up by dog ILLeY for his new venture and pretty fresh fade to be honest. But in the bottom right hand corner, the Dallas Empire and OpTic gaming, and as you can see, which I don't know, it's just kind of funny stuff to be honest, that the Barber comes out and straight up leaks what's going on, and Dallas, OpTic, and maybe ILLeY talked to him about it and what was going on, and he just straight up at it. I think as I say, maybe this got deleted and then reposted with just the Dallas Empire in, but you could certainly look at this and presume down the Gucci glasses as well. There's something's going to happen here. ILLeY's obviously signed a pretty substantial contract and obviously made a fair bit of money for Modern Warfare champs as well. Then of course Scump is hoping to repeat that success in a similar engine. This also I wanted to mention because yesterday we looked at the whole Mark account, the OpTic Dallas account, which is now owned by this guy Mark, and it's all kind of a confusing situation. Now the original owner of that OpTic Dallas is it comes in the replies right here and says a few interesting things about exactly how this went down and how maybe there was some serious finesse going on if this is of course the account. A couple of you guys were mentioning actually the fact that this can't be the because it's not capitalized properly, which definitely I was thinking about, but I'm pretty sure that once you have the actual letters you want, it's very easy to change your handle to just actually capitalize the things. So I think that's what will probably happen here if this is of course owned by the Dallas and Justin Masaccio and the guys over that side of things. But this is what was said anyway. How much did he pay you? You know what's going on right now, $150. So I guess this is $150. If you knew what was going on, you could charge a lot more than $150 for an ad like this. You know that Hex wants the absolute precise ad just as he likes it. You could just throw out an offer all right, 100k and just anchor high and then see what they come back with in reply. But anyway, apparently $150 was the going rate for this for this ad that was sold. He told me that was because he used to call his brother like that, which I don't really understand. By the way, the guy's name isn't Mark and he's not 42 years old, which I'm not really a massive surprise. So it seems maybe that the OpTic Dallas or like the Envy guys or whatever are posing as this random Mark guy just to come in and say, oh yeah, like I used to call my brother OpTic Dallas or something. I don't know, maybe he was from Dallas and I used to call him OpTic. I don't really understand. And therefore I want this app for, you know, $150. If they'd have come in as the big corporate like giant or whatever, then I guess they would have got such a good deal for the well, Twitter handle, I suppose. But anyway, I don't want to get into trouble. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he really is that Mark and the other name was fake. Since he told me it was related to his brother and him playing soccer, I think he's an imposter. So maybe like Tiny Kids and Cats got completely finessed right here by whatever's going on to sell this app for $150. Maybe like none of this is real anyway, but I thought it was entertaining to look at regardless and something to keep your eyes on over the coming days. This also that Crits points out to me right here, you know, you can see the OpTic Dallas TikTok handle, which has been taken over by for safekeeping, will be available on November 26th. So a DM for the app, right? So maybe someone getting ready to sell this on. But as you can see, if you go to the followers, you'll find Justin Pistachio over at well, of course, a social media guy for the Dallas Envoy. So maybe he's getting ready to make that transaction happen once again. This also from Hitchy signing some sort of contract. Maybe he's just memeing. At this point, anyone could be memeing with these contract gifts. It's tough to say exactly what's going on. But well, did want to mention real quick, there is a tournament coming up that Hitch, of course, is hosting. It's a Black Ops 2 throwback to kind of finish off the off-season in just a couple of days' time. The final off-season tourney, $15,000 Black Ops 2 4 vs 4 captain. One of the captains is going to be Eggs. I'm pretty sure Envoy's another captain. There's, of course, going to be a few other captains coming into the mix. But I'll keep you guys up to date on who's playing in this one. And, well, certainly very exciting indeed. Eggs getting ready to go. And, well, just to finish off with this, that Roosevelt made a fantastic graphic right here that Crone tweeted out last night. The evolution of OpTic from OpTic Gaming back in 2006 to OGLA in 2019 alongside the Huntsman, then to OpTic Chicago, and then to OpTic Dallas as we move forward. Pretty remarkable, to be honest, to think about how it was OpTic Gaming for so long, and then, well, since the, I guess the Infinite acquisition, everything went downhill so quickly, and, well, today we've got OpTic Dallas, and the logo seems to change every single year at this point. Hopefully, there's some stability that comes forward from this OpTic Dallas stuff, and, well, it can continue to last the test of time. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting that like button lets the YouTube overlords know this is a good video. Others should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.